What's going on, guys? You're in with Hardy Tech, and welcome back to part 2 of our look back at the Ghost of... Not look back, what was I saying there? Welcome to part 2 of my Ghost of New Year's special. Today we are taking a look at the Ghost of New Year's present. We'll be taking a look back at the year 2015 and all the amazing things that happened throughout it, my thoughts on the year, and just... Oh my gosh, in the last episode, we took a look back at my past 2 New Year's special videos, being for 2014 and 2015, and giving my live reactions and thoughts to them, and like, wow, Hardy, you had no idea what you were talking about, and wow, Hardy, that was really stupid of you to say, and blah, 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 blah. And I'll probably try to make this a yearly tradition, so next year, Hardy, if you're doing this, hi! But this year has been insane. Fun fact, earlier this year, I think around June or so, I wrote a letter to myself. I had this idea to write it kind of a time capsule myself, where I wrote a letter that I wanted to open in 1 year's time, 5 years later, and 10 years later, to compare it, to see what my life was like then compared to the future. And that's what I can't help but thinking of now, because I remember in that letter I was mentioning, like, you know, in 1 year from now, Hardy, I want you to be in a place where you feel like you're actually starting your life, where you're being responsible. And little did I know at that time, I would end up moving to Maryland. I would end up being in a place where I actually feel secure, and I'd be somewhat financially responsible, which I hate saying because I hate my job, but I don't hate it. I hate parts of it. I don't like customer service, despise it, but working with animals and fish and stuff is cool. But if I could just do that part, just like handling the animals and stuff and all day, that'd be great. The fish, the customers, oh, the customers, that's a story for another day, but I never possibly could have predicted I'd be here, you know. It's just insane. I remember when the proposition of first moving here to Maryland came up, I was really scared because I kept thinking back to my experiences with Maki, how it was great at first, and then everything went to hell. How every time I did something like that, it always seemed to go to hell. How moving with Maki went bad. Moving with Ranger, eventually, it didn't go bad. Like, I didn't get in a fight with Ranger or anything like that. I just couldn't stay there anymore. Living with the other person who, fuck them, went bad. And I just kept having all these experiences where anytime I kind of went out of the loop of my family, it went very bad for me. And eventually I decided to do it. I decided to take that risk because I wasn't happy where I was in California, and I needed that change, and I needed to go out on my own and see what would happen, and it has been the absolute best decision I've ever made. I absolutely love my roommates. Like, they're absolutely amazing, and if they're watching this right now, I don't think Wesley will be watching this, but hi, Sarah. If you're watching this, you better be, bitch. But it's the absolute best decision I've ever could have made moving here, and I think it is going to have nothing but good effects on my life, because when I was living in California still with my grandmother, my life wasn't going anywhere. I had no direction in my life, and I had nowhere that I thought, this is where I'm happy, you know? And in moving here, this is the first time in my life where I've been in an environment where I'm actually around people who have similar interests to me, who are a lot like me, and it's amazing. Like, this year's Christmas was the first Christmas, like, ever where people knew my interests and got me things I genuinely loved. Like John Cena pop figure. Doo, 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 doo. Amazing. I loved it. And I don't have it with me, but I got, like, a Rin from Love Life. I got a keychain of her, and it was just, I love it so much. And it's just, I've literally never been so happy until I moved here. And kind of an interesting coincidence with that is a big theme of the 2014 and 2015 New Year's vlogs was past relationships. You know, from Pepper to Chapel Lamb to Taylor to Maki to Bree, they were all kind of brought up in those videos. And this year's been really different because a lot of times people kept yelling at me, Hardy, you need to take a break from relationships, man. Just take some time to yourself. And I did that. And this year, from like March until now, I've been single. And I've taken that break. It's the longest period I've been single since I started dating. And I think that was a very good thing for me, to just kind of have some time to myself and clear my mind a bit and not just keep rushing into things, because that was an issue I had. No, I do believe it was hereditary, because fun fact, my parents got engaged 3 weeks after they met for the first time ever. I guess it's in my blood. gotta watch out for that in the future, guys. Don't let me get engaged to somebody after 3 weeks. That's probably a bad idea. But I could never have imagined this year going this way. And I guess it's weird if you can kind of predict exactly how your year is going to be, but I kind of hope it's the same next year. You know, I'm in a stable place. I'm in a happy place, and I don't really want something drastic to happen. I mean, meeting somebody, living with them, that's cool. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, okay. But right now, if my life was like this a year from now, maybe change a few minor things, like not working in retail, being able to do YouTube and Twitch full time again, that would be perfect. You know, I would be content with my life, and that's something I didn't really think I could say. My one regret is the absolute death of my channel this year. And it's something that started last year in 2014, to be fair, but it really just kind of accelerated this year to where, like, at the beginning of this year, I was living off of YouTube and to a certain extent Twitch. And now it's just not even remotely possible to consider that. I mean, it's maybe possible to live off donations on Twitch, because like YouTube and Twitch, their actual income combined is like $300 a month. That's not very much. Especially that would cover literally my rent and my car payment. Like, I wouldn't be able to eat or pay for school or pay for gas or anything else. So like, it's theoretically possible to live off of Twitch donations. But that's just too unreliable for me, you know? It's just the idea of like, well, what if people can't donate this month and I'm fucked, you know? And I know I hate retail, I hate being a cashier, but I know it's also something I have to do until I can find a better job, or, you know, maybe YouTube actually starts becoming a thing again. I'm very happy with the changes I've made to my channel, because I know I was burnt out on Let's Plays and doing videos every single day, and I needed a change of pace to re-energize my love for it. And I love doing the videos I'm doing now, the countdowns, the anthologies, the hack reviews, the quick attacks. And I love them because I feel my creative energy flowing again, because I feel like I'm actually doing something different, and I love that. And the one flaw I would say, if I had to say one, would be I'm still slightly wrapped up in looking and comparing myself now to the past Hardy, where when I look at a quick attack now and I see 600 views, I should be, wow, 600 people watched that. But instead my mindset's like, what happened to everybody? It's really depressing, you know, seeing something that you used to have, seeing a dream. Like, I used to literally live my dream job, and I watched it vanish before my very eyes. And every time I post a video, I am reminded of that. And I'm reminded of how I feel like I've alienated literally thousands of people. And it's really depressing. And that's probably one thing that sometimes kills my motivation for editing and making videos, is because I hate that feeling. But it's so weird, a battle in my mind of do I want to feel that depression, or do I want to feel that amazing love for editing and creating that I have whenever I do make something, and the pride I feel when I publish it. You know, I wish I could continue doing what I'm doing now while still having what I had in the golden days of my channel, but I accepted a long time ago that I peaked on YouTube, and it's just kind of downhill from here. That's just how life is. Is it fair? Probably not, but I mean, that's life, you know. But this year, though, has just been amazing. From living here to meeting some of my, like, Sarah, my roommate, is like the coolest person I ever could have met. Don't tell her that. She'll get an ego. I like to keep reminding her she's a bitch. Don't let her know she's actually pretty cool. She doesn't need to know that. If she's watching this, damn it. And just so many things that happened this year. Like, going to New York City was amazing. Just getting a substitute plushie for Christmas is something that never would have happened before, and she thought of it all on her own, and I was just so proud, because I've never lived with these kind of people before that actually give a shit about what I care about. It's just so amazing, guys. It's just the perfect year, like this storybook year. There are obviously faults and flaws in this year, but it's pretty great. But what am I hoping for next year? Well, let's find that out tomorrow.